Right, just a few more details to cut in on this piece, so we'll just wrap it up on this part. So just remember this part is supposed to be as curved as the other parts. So we're just going to put that curve back in that we messed up earlier with the old make planar. The method here I usually use quite a bit for smoothing stuff out. So just kind of rotate the camera till kind of see the silhouette of the edges you're trying to smooth. And it makes it a bit easier to make like a smooth curve. Just going to pull these back to roughly align with the reference. I think video jumps in a little second. I do apologise. I think I took a drink break and then forgot to unpause it when I came back. But basically just extruded the border edge out a little bit, as you can see. And just pulled this edge up a bit. And basically just go from there. And just align this to the reference. most of that bottom section is going to be covered by the seat, so not massively worried about it at the moment. For the time being, we'll just pull this across, which is the little kind of mini backrest behind the seat. Just going to try curving the loops around this bit, but it creates more problems than it's worth. So just going to use a little trick in a minute to sort that out. So you're just going to drag that across and zero it out again. And start cutting in wedge loops again. Just kind of loop there just to quad it up, just make sure everything's welded. And as the cut tool is all kinds of dodgy. Obviously there's some perspective distortion in the back of the image there, so basically just taking it with a pinch of salt and then just kind of putting a little bit of a curve into it. Just making sure everything's welded down here. occasionally on the kind of like acute angles like this, can get a little like dent around the edge loop, so you can just pull the loops out a bit. That should sort it out. So the crease on the ref kind of goes in a bit after the seat connects to it, so I'll just get that in the model. And this piece curves in a little bit as well, so we're just gonna basically got rid of the edge loops just to bring it back to its basic form, which makes doing this a little bit easier. Just gonna loosen these edge loops off a little bit, so not that tight on the reference. Just leave them a little bit loose. And just sort out these pulleys. Basically there's a little crease on this part, but running the edges from the outside inwards generally create more pinching on the flat surface. So we're just going to try and bend the loop up the top and use that to make the crease, and then it should leave the flat part here smooth as well. was a minor little error. We'll just push that out. I should sort it out a bit. It's not the ideal topology to create that kind of shape. Generally just need more geometry. We're showing kind of different ways to go about stuff. So after adding in the bottom edge loop, pretty much gets rid of the minor error that it created anyway. So we'll just continue that loop around, saving it going up the top as well. So you can still a bit of a crease in the middle here. So to sort that out, because the loops are fairly loose, we can just pull the edges basically away from each other, and then the basically gets rid of the crease, but still keeps everything smooth because the loops are fairly loose. If you got fairly tight edges, then this method probably wouldn't work. But for this piece, it works very nicely. Just going to try and even the polys out in this section. So just going to connect these top bits up, so a bit more of a single piece. Not the right number of polys at the top at the moment, so just going to sort that out. Basically just going to cut in what topology we actually want, and obviously you can clean up afterwards. So after a bit of poly pushing and cutting in a few edges, we basically have the right number of for the topology, and then we can just bridge up the final edges. It's a bit of a mess up there at the moment, but we'll sort that out a bit later. So we'll just start down the bottom and then basically work our way up. So the first part's kind of just evening out the topology, trying to make it as even quads as we can. And then we basically try and manually smooth it out first. And then we'll basically just use the show end result and look at the left side while adjusting the right side. And we can get a real-time view of what the turbo smooth is going to look like. Yeah, it's looking a fair bit smoother at the moment. basically just work our way up and then just keep on checking the other side while we edit the verts. Just use the ring spinner just to work our way up and then just adjust all these, smooth them out a bit. I'm just going to use the relax tool and the paint deformation tools again, just to smooth it out a bit. I think it's Control and Shift and left click to adjust the size, I think. I have to double check that one. Yeah, just give it a quick once over. Just be wary of border edges because it will essentially suck them into the mesh. And then we'll just fix this edge again. So just planar and zero it out. It's looking fairly smooth just straight off the bat, just using the relax function. There's a bit of a crease on this bit, so just make sure it's flat. Just trying to take out the crease on that little transition there. Yeah, it's looking a lot smoother than it did a minute ago. So again, there's not much to say on these kind of parts. Just working around the mesh, just adjusting all the polys, and just trying to make everything as smooth as we can. So just slowly getting there. Is the reason it's spinning around the model is basically you can see all the errors in the mesh by just judging the specular highlights. So that's the reason why you need a high spec material for sub D stuff. And then basically just flick around and see where the light catches. So just do a bit of clean up on this bottom bit. Just do some final checks over the model. I think that's pretty much done, so we've finished the piece, so just remember to name it. And then next bit we'll just move on to doing the seat that sits on top of it. Alrighty, catch you later.